Sorry for the delay, folks. Oh my god. I just had to go diving into my clean tank. So I may or may not have gotten high off the fumes.
High off the fumes?
Well, when you do resin printing, you need to wash it in alcohol. Like 99% alcohol.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you have to wash them, then you gotta cure them, and it just... Oh boy, it gets there. You can get high off that shit, and that was bad. Alright. Oh my god. Sorry about this, guys. Give me a minute. I had to wash my hands, because goddamn, I was getting high off those vapors.
Is good. I am still gathering the boxes.
Still capturing the boxes.
Well, yeah, I gotta build all the print stuff I've neglected for a year, so...
Oh god, I know that. I know that pain.
I'm good. How about I just show you?
Hold up, I got like 4 fucking text messages. Why is every time boss tell him about 4 fucking pixels? We're not we're gonna talk about certain things, but today we're just basically going over like the basics of the SCP Foundation. So guys, take a second and breathe. Breathe.
4 fucking pixels.
Do you know the reason behind that?
Okay, my knowledge of SCPs are very niche, but I do know about that guy.
Okay, so
guy?
yeah, so you do know about the shy guy. Just take a second for...
Yeah, I know it's a disaster with him always.
Oh god, yeah. By the way, I have your stream pulled up.
Oh, fantastic. Nothing live yet.
Which, by the way, go subscribe. Go subscribe to Conrad if you're in here watching. Big bear hugs! Thank you, Gardo. Gardo is our resident hug bear.
Gee. Do you ever have this thing where you put your phone down and then you just can't find it for some reason?
Yeah, because you forget where it was, and then you're like, wait, did I put that there, or was that there?
I'm like, oh, I put it down on my desk. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go grab boxes. Looks back at desk. Huh, where's the phone gone?
Yep. I gotta set a reminder on my phone, and I have to set an alarm. What time is it? It's just turning 1, so at 2:30. Actually, I'll set it to 2. So at 2:30 is fine. 2:30 is fine. So at 2:30, I have to put more resin in the resin tank. Okay. I want everybody to calm down. Conrad has some knowledge, but he's not knowledgeable on the subject. Please.
Not completely.
He knows of the he knows the meme 4 fucking pixels.
Yes.
He knows the meme of the 4 fucking pixels, so calm
I
down.
was watching content from the video game count. Is
Eh.
everything in that game accurate? Where people scream when
It
a guy walks
is.
into an elevator?
It is and it isn't, but it could be. It's weird. By the way, oh yeah, you're still setting up.
Yeah, I'm still setting up. I'm actually trying to just find my phone now, but
Just yell at your mom. Say, "Hey, Ma, call my phone." Wait, I thought you were on a sofa. Yes, I am on a sofa. This is a sofa. So, sofa. Oh God, no! Oh
Sofa.
my God, they're talking in third person. No, sofa's basically doing the "I am a toaster" bit, which I will talk about late in this session. Don't fucking worry about it. Like I said, we will talk about certain SCPs. We're just waiting for a second, folks. I just didn't want you guys ear raped with getting ear congestion from my MP3. Toasters will the Mechanicus will take them. Yeah, no problem, Krieg. I saw that you were I saw that was it. It's a chair too, Artie. No, it's not. It's a sofa. I'm on a sofa.
see what I did to the engine seer model, by the way? Like the tech priest model, I like brutalized him just to put him in a tank.
He kind of deserves it. No joke. Like, Mechanicus are scumbags in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, on my Warhammer knowledge, I kind of don't like most of the administration of the Imperium, so which is a whole other topic. Because those guys are. Well, we have fancy tech, but it's all illegal. You guys don't get to smile.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you. Me and the tech priest are now shoving forks in them. Wish us luck. My chat is just. We have some weird people in this in my servers. I swear.
Okay, I've got my boxes. I found my phones.
Oh, trust me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes just sitting over in the corner that I still need to put together, but I've been resin printing.
This is behind my desk, by the way. This is what I'm working on today.
Oh God. Oh God. Kriegsman.
Let's do some cream.
Why am I not surprised? Kriegsman.
Well,
You have no room to
whoa.
talk, Artie. Yeah, I know.
Hold on. Okay, look. I like Kriegman, but I have other preferences. I'm only getting them because they came out, and I already bought like 2 boxes before they got the new infantry, so, rip my money, but whatever, it happens.
You know, there is. I don't want to tell you this, but there is a bash kit that you can buy on fucking Etsy right now for them, where you basically all the las guns are replaced with RPG shovels.
What the fuck?
Have you seen that meme? Please tell me you've seen that meme. Oh my God. I have to look this up now just to show you.
Oh gosh. Which kit should I start with? I'll do the regular boxes first.
God damn it, Kriegsman. RPG shovel.
Almost accidental face reveal. I need to rip the wrapping off. I forgot how reflective they are. Oopsie daisy.
Yeah. I can't find the meme, but I can't find the one meme where it's basically it shows the shovel the rocket shovel, and then I'm just gonna, just fuck's sake, there's so many of these. I'm gonna put this in here for you.
Right?
Here you go. There is the shovel meme.
Let me take a look. Oh yeah, just a shovel in an RPG, quite literally.
Yeah, the joke is that Kriegsman would be just breathing heavy. You know the breathing heavily Kriegsman meme?
Yeah, the shovel intensifies.
Yeah, it's basically that image and then that image put together.
You know what's a tragedy about the Krieg models?
Hold up, show chat as well. Hold on, I'll show chat. I don't want to show them that, but I'll get it through here. Alright, hold on. I'll show chat so that way everybody stops with the hubbubaloo. Just give me a second.
Hubbubaloo.
Display capture.
That's kind of my thing. Oh, I didn't link my thingy. Oh, whoopsie daisy. I hate OBS. My YouTube chat just dies if I don't insert the link
Downloads.
everything.
Yep. This is the shovel. There you go. That is the Kriegsman shovel meme. And somebody actually 3D modeled that and made it so that way you could put it on Kriegsman.
That is actually amazing.
God's bless you, Kriegsman mains. You guys are the real ones.
Well, the tragedy, though, for the Krieg is that none of their kits come with shovels, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part.
Like, the thing that everyone memes about, and Games Workshop was like, you know what, let's not give any of their kits shovels. I don't even think the artillery team comes with, like, an aesthetic shovel either. But you know what does come with a shovel kit? The Rogel Dawn. the least Krieg vehicle and all of the...
Kriegsman, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like, in their kit, there's a guy that has a mace, and they're like, oh, you know what would be like this? Give him a shovel? Nah, he mace. That's more practical. I've unwrapped my things, I'm ready to go. Teach me the ways of SCP.
Alright, here we go. Alright, so when talking about SCP, you need to start with the Foundation, which is basically... Let me get my mic set up right. Alright, so when talking about the SCP Foundation, the first thing that you need to really know about is the Foundation itself, which you kind of know it's the super secret government organization that takes entities and puts them into a box. That's basically it. That's like the most basic terminology of this, which is we found something that doesn't belong here. Put it in a box. That's it.
Keep it in a box.
There are several classes of entities. We'll start with that since that's the easiest to go with. There is a couple of them and a couple specials, but we're not going to get to the specials because it's not really necessary. It basically goes like this. It's safe. Basically, these entities you can put in a box, leave it alone, not touch it, not look at it, and nothing will happen. Euclid. You put something in the box, but you have to keep at least an eye on it or else something bad will happen.
Right.
Keter, you can put it in the box. You can make that box as indestructible as possible, impossible to get out of, but even though you're looking at something, doesn't matter. Looking at it doesn't matter. By the time, there's some time that it's going to get out of that box. Now, there's also Apollyon and Thermiel. We're going to go Thermiel first. Thermiel basically is, there is no fucking box that you could put this in. There is no way in hell you could do anything to keep these entities in that box. There's nothing in the world that can work. Alright?
Nothing.
Apollyon is the opposite. These are the entities that are the box, or are helping to keep the things in the box.
Okay.
Alright, now, I want to make this perfectly clear to everybody that's watching this and about to say something. Just because an SCP is designated safe does not mean it is safe.
Then why do they call it safe?
They call it safe because it's safely away from other people's hands. It's out of people's reach. Now, there are entities that are classified as safe that if you're stupid enough to go inside the box with them, you're going to die. Alright?
Huh.
Just keeping that in mind.
Okay.
There's multiple theories about... With the SCP lore, there's no real, like, set timeline or set image. I will say this, there was some absolute fucking mad lad. I don't know who he is. He was a 4channer that just did this out of the blue, posted it, and never gave his name. He kept himself anonymous. He went in and did the entire SCP, like, timeline as like a drawing, like as in like this line is for the main timeline, these are the branch paths. All right. Do you want to know how many pixels it was?
4 pixels?
It was 400 wide, so it was from like the bottom viewpoint to the top viewpoint was 400 by 18,220.
Huh.
It's a comprehensive shot of the timeline for the SCP Foundation. I just hold on. Yep, there it is. Well, this one's the dumber down version, but I'm just gonna send this to you. Like, this is like the dumbed down version of it. That's the entire, like...
Oh, lordy.
That's the main timeline and branching paths of timeline.
I like how even in the timeline it still has redacted shit in it that's funny.
Yeah. I'm going to show chat real quick. Hold up. Is this right? Okay, there we go. Oh god, sorry, chat. You just saw into infinite. But yeah, this is the comprehension of the timeline. That is the entire timeline, branching paths and everything from the SCP Foundation. It's fucking insane.
And that's meant to be comprehensible.
Yep.
Like, be able to understand. That just looks like a bunch of red lines.
Yep.
Redacted files.
Yep. That's supposed to be a comprehensionary list of everything that happened in the SCP universe, including branching timelines. Please try to fucking read that, because you ain't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't recognize half of this.
Yeah, don't try. Don't try. You will lose your fucking mind.
I'd have to zoom in even more. I can't even zoom
yeah,
in
like this is a dumbed down version of the one I'm talking about too.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's insanely long lore, but when it comes down to it, a lot of majority of people agree that the SCP Foundation basically starts with back in the Civil War era. More or less, everybody agrees that SCP-001, the factory. The story of the factory is more or less like the basis of what we all agree on is kind of how the Foundation started. Not to get into it too much, because I've already got into the factory and all that in another video, which I explained all of the timeline in the best way I could. Like, there's a video of me explaining the SCP timeline to my best ability.
Right.
Don't ask that. It's literally... I will fucking double check this, but I'm pretty sure it's like an hour and a half long. Or 2 hours fucking long.
For a single SCP.
For the whole timeline explained pretty easily to digestible bites.
Yeah, that's a lot.
2 hour, almost 2 hours. It was an hour and 50 minutes. It's long.
Christ.
It's long.
Yeah, it sounds very long.
So basically, how it started is a group of people that were hired by the President of the United States at the time, which was, I believe, who was the guy after Lincoln? I think it was Ulysses.
John F. Kennedy.
I don't know. Anyways, it was the president after Abraham Lincoln. Basically, there were reports that certain people went missing and certain things were happening at this factory that this occult leader guy kind of did. Well, they get to the factory. They bust down the doors and they find the weirdest abominations to humanity ever. Like, we're talking people were chained to factories. There was, and I'm going to say this, warning to anybody out there, there were breeding chambers. I'm not going to get in any more onto that. But it's bad. Like I say in the video, it's bad. It's bad. Like,
real world encounters a slice of Warhammer is what
like imagine what Slanesh would do if she had.
Oh.
It's basically imagine Slanesh, but factory workers, like old textile factory workers.
Not
And
fun.
It's great. So after they got through everything, basically they said a couple of them left. Which, funny enough, the people that actually were in the unit that left started other groups of interest, which we'll go over next time. Basically, the groups of interest that they basically, like, majority of the people that were there in the group basically started other groups of interest. One guy started the GOC, or what would become the GOC. Another guy became Dr. Wondertainment. At least that's what we believe. Dr. Wondertainment's his own, like, weird hybrid freak. There's other stuff, too. There's just weird. Mostly everybody in there started another group of interest. So the guy who's the head honcho, 051, which the O5 Council, for you, there is 13 members of the O5 Council. All right? Each one of them is basically designated as a certain individual. 051 is the chairman. 052 is, I believe... Basically, 1 through 13 have certain rule aspects of control over the Foundation. Mostly, every time something's happened, it's usually the O5 that listen about it or hear about it. But anyways, back to the subject. The Foundation basically started in the factory till there was an incident that caused 051 to basically make a deal with the devil in order for the Foundation to live. Because there used to be a entity known as fairies. It was literally just like normal fairies. They're allergic to iron and this and that. After a while, they went to other countries and helped them out and made people come under their banner because, you know, hey, we helped you out, now you help us out type of deals. Basically, there was a slaughter. Literally, 051 was the only one that survived, ran into the factory, and found a room that had the guy who owned the factory fused into the wall like a flesh terror type wall. Like, he's fused into it with a heartbeat. 051 made a deal with the entity of the factory, and time went back to when it was about to go down with the fairies. And that was the only time that the Foundation terminated an entity that could have been saved, or could have been at least, you know, cultivated or culled.
Right.
That was the only time the Foundation ever did that. Go ahead.
So why do they even protect the SCPs to begin with?
The reason being is after that incident, 051 and the rest of the O5 realized that they can't just go around killing every entity because they need to figure out why these entities came into existence. Because it's basically, they came up with the thought process was, we just got rid of an entire species. What are the ramifications?
Oh, so it's like you can't just get rid of. So it's just kind of the same thing with like ecosystem with eliminating like mosquitoes. Right?
Exactly.
Like, why? What happens if we do get rid of this thing?
What happens?
What will happen to?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, theoretically, that's what their thought process is, I guess.
Yeah,
is that
because...
it's just more of a repercussion
Yes,
issue.
because after the fairies got destroyed and wiped out, things got worse. I don't know the full scale of it because it recently was just updated. Long story short, there were a good chunk of certain things happened, like cataclysmic events of like natural disasters that apparently fairies were the reason they weren't going on. So basically, because they don't exist now, Mother Nature took its vengeance out on humanity. It's basically stated that the fairies, more or less, since they were eradicated, this is around 1920, when the fairies finally got eliminated. Around 1920, guess what happened? Motherfuckers got a plague. So apparently fairies were one of the reasons why major pandemics weren't really a thing.
I'm not gonna lie, when you said 1920, I thought that was going a completely different path. But continue.
Yes, no, not the war thing, not the war thing. But no, because fairies
Not
weren't.
the mustache guy.
Not the mustache guy. No. That was human intervention on that part. But anyways, no, because since fairies were eliminated, plagues basically were becoming a real thing now. Like massive plagues. Or something along those lines. It was something to do with something happened and then everything got fucked.
So things got severely worse for everyone involved.
Yeah, pretty much. Look, I need to check something. Alright, nope, we're good. Alright, anyways, so I will, Kit. Jesus, calm down. So, yeah, basically, after all that was said and done, the Foundation basically came up with the idea of, we need to be like conservationists. We need to study this stuff, figure out if we got rid of it, would it be a problem or not? And if it doesn't, okay, then we can get rid of it. But until then, we need to keep this stuff contained. And there's other reasons too, like there are some entities in the SCP Foundation that can't die. So they need to just contain them.
I see. Because, like, Shy Guy is invincible, basically.
Yeah, Shy Guy, which we'll get into in a second. Shy Guy's basically invincible. He can't really die. There is a proposal for a termination timeline of him.
Fan theories, aren't there?
Not really. It's not really a fan theory. It's more of it would probably work. Which is, you take 173, put him in a room with Shy Guy, and Peanut's going to snap his neck so much that it's probably going to break his bones. And then once you get to the marrow of 096, you can just pour sulfuric acid or like a corrosive acid down his marrow and watch him die from the inside out.
But does Shy Guy blink, though?
Yes, I believe he does. And if not, he's not looking at 173 at the time, so... Anyways, back to subject at hand. So, when the Foundation basically works off of the idea of we secure, we contain, we protect. We secure entities, we contain entities, we protect humanity, and do as best we can. There are some entities that I like, favorite entities that we should probably talk about, which we are. Do you know who 999 is? I want to talk about my favorite first. I'm biased, motherfuckers. Deal with it.
999.
Yes, 999.
What's he look like?
SCP-999 is an orange blob.
Oh, he's the chill one.
Yeah, he's the
one that
little
doesn't-
he's the little guy. He's just a little guy.
Little fella.
He's
chill
just
guy.
a little guy. So
You have
SCP-999.
Shy Guy? Chill.
Yeah, SCP-999 is basically, what if a sentient slime had the mental capacity of a child and the temperament of a puppy? SCP-999 basically, when he gets into contact with people, often gives them a sense of euphoria and calmness. He also gives off a smell of your favorite type of candy or favorite type of smell. So, like, some people like the smell of fresh cut cardboard or fresh cut grass.
Right.
That he basically gives off that smell consistently. SCP-999's diet contains of milk wafers, candies, sodas, and sugary drinks. He likes sugar.
Okay.
The other thing,
Is this gonna have a deeper, darker meaning? I should.
we're getting there. SCP-999 also can cure depression by eating small pieces of him, and has even been able to cure PTSD.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he is like the best of boys.
All right. I don't see anything wrong with him then. He can stay.
Okay, the next creature we're going to talk about is the opposite side of the spectrum, SCP-682.
682. All right. Never heard of him.
Oh boy, he is a giant reptilian crocodile that is rotting.
Wait, maybe I've heard of him.
I'll send you a picture. I'll send you a pic. Hold on.
Yeah.
That is 682. I'm going to show chat real quick. I'm going to pop this over here so we can do this. This is 682 in a nutshell.
Oh, this creepy guy, right?
Yeah, this is 682.
Yeah, I don't know much about.
682 is a nigh unkillable reptile. The Foundation has found out that there is nothing. He is a foreign entity onto the population of our world. Therefore, he is greenlit and must be destroyed at the earliest convenience.
So, was he like contained by a bunch of Florida men by chance, or?
Funny you say that. There is actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, funny enough, whenever he breaks containment, there is a MTF known as the Bayou Boys, who are just Florida. They are literally just Florida men. They are just Florida man.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
It's
they
literally-
just wrestle with the alligator back into the cell. It's like, oh, go back in, get out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah, pretty freaking much.
Oh, that's hilarious. So, I think I can begin now. Dude, this fucking box is massive. Why is it so big? Whose idea was this?
This was your idea, bub.
Well, no, I meant like, who made the box so big for like so little models? That's what I'm curious about.
Oh, I don't know. No, 682 basically has... He is a fucking bastard. Let's just say that. So,
Right.
he's basically unkillable. He can't die. He basically...
Sounds fun.
I don't know much about Prototype, Kit Bash. I'm sorry. I have to skip it. I'm sorry. We could go back to it later. It's an SCP-1001 proposal. I don't know much about it. I don't really care for it. I never really looked into it. But anyways, so 682 is also... Yeah, he actually has an IQ of 170.
Oh.
He is highly intelligent. He basically cannot be destroyed. He has a regenerative ability that inorganic or organic material he can absorb and basically recreate his body. They've gotten him down to literally nothing more than a talking skull, but he still won't die.
Yikes.
Now, there is a connection to the last two SCPs I talked about.
Okay.
You want to hear them?
I am very curious how a rotting alligator and a cute slime blob are connected, but go on.
They are technically brothers.
Oh. How?
I know. That's really fucking...
Brothers from a different mother? Question mark? Like, what
yes, they're brothers from a different mother, but their father is the same guy, who is, and we have to talk about this if we're talking about these two. Yeah, the Scarlet King.
Okay, well, I've heard that name thrown about a lot. I know he's like a world-ending
he is
SCP, but that's it.
He is the world-ending SCP. He is the big bad of the SCP Foundation. This dude is literally ridiculously powerful.
Oh, fun.
For instance,
Yeah.
the moment he comes into our universe, it ceases to exist.
Wait, then how do we know about him?
We know about him because there is a protective seal on our universe from another god in the SCP universe, which we can get to later. Basically, he more or less just... he can't get in, so he has to send envoys in to more or less destroy the boundaries so that way he can come in.
Huh.
682 is one of them. 682 is one of them. 999, though, is not... there's a dumb prophecy going around that says 999 can either be the savior of of our world or the destroyer of our world.
I feel like people that say could be the savior are the same people that think, oh, once all humans die, the planet will heal and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's
of...
the fucked up part about this. We don't know if that's the way or they're talking about some other way.
Oh, like he's actually gonna help and not just eradicate human race.
Yeah. It's just...
I don't know, keep him in his shitty space cosmos. Humanity first. Get him out of here.
Yeah, exactly. There are other SCPs though we can talk about, which is SCP-173, also known as Peanut. Also called, actually, funny enough, also the first SCP that was ever created.
He's definitely iconic.
He is iconic. Anybody who hears SCP immediately knows who the fuck Peanut is. Everybody knows who Peanut is.
I mean, he was like in all sorts of like fan games.
Yeah.
He's here. He's kind of just everywhere, to be honest.
Yeah.
Doesn't he have like a different design now, though?
Yeah, that's the thing. We had to redo a lot of people had to redo the designs. Hold on. A lot of people, we had to do a lot of redesigning for him because the simple truth is we actually kind of fucked up.
Oh.
And apparently the pictures were originally artwork from another person.
Oh.
So we kind of got told, hey, cease your fucking heresy.
Stop ruining my OC. Like, is that what basically happened?
Yeah, you can joke, but that's literally what happened. It was literally just, don't use my artwork. Okay.
Rip.
But a lot of people but the thing is, a lot of people still use this model as like the model for Peanut, even though that we're supposed to use this model now.
Wait, what about go out of it? There was another one. The one next to the anime girl, that one. Isn't that the official one?
Oh, this one? No, this is not.
Yeah.
This is also the official one, but a lot of people have changed it up. Some are using this model. Some are using this model. Others are using this model. Like, there's a lot of different models out there, but a lot of people only know Peanut for Peanut,
That one.
the OG model. Which a lot of people were really pissed. A lot of people watched it. Which, for those that, and I'm pretty sure you know about his abilities.
He's basically just a weeping angel.
Yeah,
what I know.
he's basically just a weeping
you blink,
angel.
you die.
Yeah, you blink, you die. But here's the part that a lot of people don't know. He doesn't have the same effect as a weeping angel. It's theorized that he doesn't actually snap your neck, like with his arms. It's a gravitational field around him that he's supposed to get behind. Some say he's not supposed to be killing people. It was supposed to be like, hey, surprise. But the gravitational field in his arms are so strong, when he goes to, like, do the whole surprise eye cover thing, the field's so powerful, it inverts it, so your neck just goes 360.
Just a sweet little guy. It's just...
Some say that, some say other... I'm more of the, it's a sociopath trying to kill you by breaking your neck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a... that thing is a creepy-ass motherfucker. I think the whole... he just, like, snapping people's necks makes a bit more sense to me, but yeah.
Yeah. There's also SCP... there's a couple of them.
Like,
There's
so
shot...
I'm also just thinking...
Mhm.
Like, if he snapped, like, 10 people's necks, he'd maybe get the memo, oh shit, maybe my fun surprise is not actually that fun for the people I'm surprising.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, this guy!
106, the old man.
Well.
Yeah, 106. A lot of people don't know about this, but 106 actually has some really interesting lore behind him.
Yeah, he was an actual person at some point, wasn't he?
Yes, he was a he was actually a World War I vet. Actually, hey, perfect timing. Image right here.
That. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
He basically became rot itself.
Oh.
So basically, he has a pocket dimension that he can open up to take his prey. He's one of the older SCPs, but he's also one of the creepier SCPs.
Well, I can see why.
Yeah, long story short, he more or less, he's kind of a bastard. And this is where it's going to be interesting. Like, when the last couple people to contain them, you kind of already know. 682 is a Keter class. He gets out a majority of the time. 999, he's safe. He isn't going to do anything bad. 173, that's a Euclid / safe. Because as long as you keep him in the box, he isn't going to go and do anything. 106 is interesting. 106 escapes regularly. And this is where it gets really fucked up. He prefers people that are of the age between... He prefers between 18 to 23-year-olds. And he doesn't really kill. He hunts.
He hunts.
The pocket dimension that you get sucked into is more or less his hunting grounds.
Oh.
And he will hunt you. Long story short, no one really has survived 106's hunting grounds. If you ever get pulled in, you're pretty much done.
Fun.
Yeah. Yeah. The really fucked up part is how they recontain him when he breaks out.
How do they recontain him?
Have you ever heard the term femur breaker?
Yes.
This is the guy. This is the guy that is made. There is a machine where there is always D-class on standby of the age range that he chooses, high, that they will put D-class in there if he ever escapes. They will put them in there inside the right under a containment cell for him, and break the motherfucker's femur.
I've heard the sound of effects before. I've seen some memes, you could say. Yeah, the breaking of his femur is the breaking of their femur. Basically, he's drawn to it like a moth to a flame, and he takes the bait all the time. But the reason he does it is because he's like, screw it. They're gonna capture me again, but I get a free meal. Oh.
And he always knows he's going to escape. That's the fucked up part. We can't really contain him. The box basically that he's contained in is more or less a 5 meter by 5 meter by 5 meter box that has an extra 2 layers on top of it that have multiple different rebar or pipes or stuff in the way. He can basically, the smoother and easier to move behind an object is, the easier it is for him to get through. The more complex it is, it takes time.
And that's why he never really gets fully out of the facility then?
Yes. Because yes. He can't really just like, oh, I'm going to enter a pocket dimension and then immediately show up outside. It doesn't work like that. He still needs to, it's like nether travel. He still needs to move a great distance to move. But every time he gets out of containment, they break a femur, and he's like, I'm just going to go back real quick and grab the milk, and just... yeah.
Ooh, dinner time.
Exactly. Yes, I understand Chaos, but that's not really canon. So, there is another SCP. I can't remember the number. Somebody remind me what the number is. It's the gas mask. There's a gas mask of the Foundation.
Gas mask?
Yes, there's a anomalous gas mask that once you wear it, it teleports you to a different dimension.
Oh.
And I don't know if that's true or not, but it said that somebody did go into his pocket dimension with it, but they weren't seen again. But the mask showed up again outside of the containment cell of the old man. So it's theorized they don't know if he actually escaped or he just got sent to a worse plane of existence. 1499.
Do they know
I think
where it takes you?
No, it's like random.
Oh, great. So it's like,
yeah, 1499. Thank
you. Or I could just go somewhere even worse.
Yes, it's basically you get teleported to different dimension. Different dimension could be good, or it could be really, really fucking bad. It's basically
you just, like, spam put the mask on, or does it disappear after you use it?
No, it basically will disappear and go back to the original dimension or the original home plane that it came from. So since it's from the SCP universe, it will always go back to the place that you put it on, geologically locked to that point.
A tragedy.
Yeah, it's just... Oh boy. The really fucked up part is... 106 and Shy Guy and all those, they're not even the worst of the worst. 682's bad, but he's not even the worst.
I mean, I know there's like a suit that causes the end of the world.
That's SCP 5000.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of videos about that.
Oh.
Trooper number 2102
like
donated $5 through Super Chat. My favorite SCPs are the Plague Doc and the Intelligent Tactical Marine model that can affect mathematical odds.
Oh, yeah! Yeah, okay, first we'll talk about the Plague Doctor, then we'll talk about that, because that's funny, and I wanted to bring that up. Thank you for reminding me there, Trooper. So, do you know who the Plague Doctor is?
Yep. He's the one that, quote, cures people.
Yes.
I've heard of him.
So, we still don't know what the fuck he means by pestilence. We have no idea what he means by pestilence.
Life, I think.
We don't know. Anyways, so pestilence basically, once he finds somebody that has pestilence, he grabs, kills them, and then experiments on them, right? They turn into these undead, freakish zombies that cannot die. And it's just, Jesus Christ. These things can take headshots. They're not like zombies. These things can take headshots and literally keep fighting. Long story short, from what we know with 049, he has some connection to 035, which is the porcelain mask.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, 035 basically is an entity that it's a sentient being that lives in a mask that corrodes the wearer over time. We don't know why, but there is some connection between these two, and yet we have no clue. They said that 035 and 049 have been friends for a couple hundred years, ever since the first bubonic plague incident.
Oh, maybe they traveled together?
No, they did travel together, but the thing is, the mask is as old as Rome was.
Huh?
Yeah, the mask is old. The mask is about, from what the interviews that we know of it stated that it's been around ever since the worshipping of Athena. So Rome, or Greece, somewhere in between there. It's old. The Plague Doctor is just as old as him. And apparently they did travel together for a long time, but they separated after some part. It's weird. There's contradictory stories between the two of them. And by the way, the porcelain mask is an asshole. He is the biggest dick.
How so?
Well, he once controlled a D class just so that way he could try to run into 096's containment cell to put the mask on him. That was not a good idea.
On which guy?
096, this shy guy.
Oh, that would be...
Yeah.
That would be problematic, I presume.
Yeah, so, they've been around... Somewhere between, Bronze, Iron, and between that and the Victoria Age is where Plague Doctor and the Mask met. Don't know when. Don't know how they separated. We just know that the Doctor did not look like the Doctor when they met. Mm-hmm. During their travels, something happened between the two, and something else happened, and now the Doctor looks like that. We don't know what happened. All we know is that they tried to do something to help a little girl, and it fucking backfired. Hard.
Any more details about that?
Not really. All we know is they tried to work together with their abilities, and then both of them got fucked up in the end. Yeah, 049 currently does not like the mask. They used to be friends, but now they're not. It's theorized that the mask now does corrosion because of that incident, and the Plague Doctor can't show his face because of that incident.
Okay.
It's weird. What we do know is, back before that incident, the Plague Doctor apparently was a healer. An actual, honest-to-goodness healer. And the mask actually was more or less, it helped people perform, like, actual performed, like, theater very fucking well.
Oh, okay.
We don't know what happened to them. We don't know what incident or what fucked up shit happened. We just know it happened. Now they look like this. Now they act like this. And they don't like talking about it.
A shame. A shame they don't like dumping.
Yeah. Hold up. No, keep going. I just gotta look. I just have to get this.
It's just... It's a shame that a lot of the SCPs seem to be very secretive.
Yep.
What are you looking up?
This is an actual SCP.
Warhammer.
This is an actual SCP.
Isn't this like the thing about the models are actually think they're the real deal or some shit?
Nope. No. It's a completely different thing.
Different thing. Okay.
Yeah. So
let's deal with this one.
SCP-3973. It's the funniest part is how this was discovered, and I'm not joking, is because an agent of the Foundation is a Warhammer nerd and went to a tabletop tourney.
Right.
And because he went to that tourney, he noticed there was a guy that was getting called a cheater. Because for some reason, he kept rolling really, really fucking good. Like, we're talking, like, he kept rolling, like, quadruple sixes on multiple rolls.
And it wasn't magic dice?
It wasn't magic dice. It turns out, SCP-3973 is a sentient Warhammer mini. Of the 30K Ultramarines, however, it does prefer to be painted differently on occasion. It communicates via dice.
If you're feeling okay, give me a 6, rolls a 1.
Yeah, exactly. But if you actually treated it nicely and actually painted it like multiple times and gave it a new paint job once in a while and varnished it and gave it like a decent amount of attention, like really good attention, guess what fucking happens?
I don't know what would happen.
It can it can control the ability of dice within a certain radius, and every time you rolled, more or less, it will make sure you always win.
Okay.
That is not a joke.
Interesting.
It is an actual fucking entry, which you would think this is the stupidest thing you ever heard. However, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. That is actually a pretty funny... So, okay, this brings me another question about, like, legitimate SCP stuff.
Okay.
So I presume most of the SCPs are more like kind of fad stuff?
There is more or less, when it comes to SCPs, you basically have to go to the Wiki, which we can do real quick. And this is the Wiki page, basically. The Wiki is more or less where everything goes for it. As you can see, we are into the 8,000 to 9,000 range. And can you see how most of these say access denied?
Yeah.
That's because there is a writing contest for SCPs.
Oh. Okay.
And depending on what SCP you get, and the staff of the site basically will go and read from the wiki entries and more or less go from there and decide if this SCP is good or not, and more or less will keep going through it.
Huh.
For instance, this is the 001 proposals, which we are not getting into, because fuck that.
I see.
There is...
Read
Hold
some of
up,
these,
I'm just
it
going
seems
to...
weird.
I'm just going to do this real quick. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56 001 proposals.
001 proposals?
There is no true 001. You basically put up a proposal for 001. What is 001?
There will ever be an official one?
There is no official SCP-001. All of them are just proposals of SCP-001. Which is fucking...
Right, but I mean, do you think they will ever accept one, though? Or do you think it's just gonna forever be waiting list?
No, you're forever just going to be trying to figure out which one's which. To be completely honest with you. Like, there are some SCPs that are just really dumb. There are some...
Give me an example of a really dumb SCP that
I don't know the
everyone
number.
would like,
I don't know the number, but most people do know what I'm talking about when I say this. There was a joke SCP that was a demon that was stupid enough to tell the people that... to tell the Foundation how to contain him. I am not...
Right.
And when I say stupidly, he did 18 different entries of him explaining how to contain him.
Bro just didn't want to pay rent is what I'm saying.
I don't understand. Like, he told a priest that this isn't how you do it. That's not how you do a containment sigil. And he grabbed the chalk and showed him how to do it and stepped in and said, "See, even I could get out of this." And he tapped it and he's like, "See?" Sure. And then the priest just goes, "Oh, thank you." And he goes, "Fuck!" Like, he's the dumbest motherfucking demon. But he just keeps making it worse.
So just pure arrogance.
Pure stupidity. Pure stupidity. Oh my
That's
God.
actually crazy work.
Give me like 5 seconds. I'm gonna go take a piss, guys. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back.
Okay.
God almighty.
Read the chat while he's gone. Let's take a look. No good deed goes unpunished. He was rolling bullshit lie. He's a good buddy. 1609 is my favorite. What is 1609? Take a look at that. I'd like to hear about the black communicating tech. Oh yeah, that was the one he just shown. How intriguing. SCP stuff is a lot more in depth than I originally thought.
Alright, sorry. But no, he keeps making it worse for himself. SCP-2521. Oh god.
2521.
Let me get down to it. Let me see what it was. 2521. Oh, that one. We'll talk about 420-J in a second. So, 2521 is an entity that just... That's the entity.
Oh, okay.
Now, you might be saying, why the fuck are all these images like this?
It only speaks in elaborate emojis.
No, as you can see with this, as you can see with these examples, if you, any way, shape, or form, try to describe the entity, it takes you away. Any written, any verbal form of communication, it just takes you away.
Where to?
No one knows. The D class, this specific D class right here, no one ever saw him again.
Huh.
Not a clue. So, yeah, we're going to go back a second because I need to go up. There's two things I need to check. SCP-169, which I got asked to do this one. The Leviathan. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. So, the Leviathan, 169. It's a continent-sized creature that lives in the Atlantic Ocean.
Right.
That's it. It's literally so big that it's one of the few thermal class SCPs. It's so big you cannot contain it.
So it just chills in the ocean then?
It chills in the ocean and is under immense surveillance. That's it. Now,
okay.
Now there is.
It's just chill like that.
Yeah, it's just a giant fuck off whale. Anyways, there is an SCP known as SCP-420-J. Can you guess what it is?
Say its name again?
420-J.
No idea.
Ah, sweet, sheltered boy. Anyways, SCP-420-J. God almighty. Some absolute mad lad. Absolute fuck knuckle. Decided to take some kush.
What?
And throw it into the refining machine. Somebody remind me what the refining machine's number is? Anyways, it's basically, there's a machine that it refines stuff to such a degree. I think it's 113? No, that's the gender switcher. Anyways.
Wait, the what?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, too. Like, there's a lot of SCPs that are really fucking interesting. So,
yo, sign me up.
It's basically a machine that you put in one side, you put it through, and then as soon as it goes through the machine, it comes out the other side, and it can be even better than what it was. Hold up, I'm just gonna look this up on my phone so that way I can get the number. SCP upgrade machine.
So if I put myself inside it, would I come out smarter then? So I'd be better at...
I would not suggest it. Oh, Clockworks. Is it Clockworks? Okay. Yeah, it's Clockworks. So it's basically... It's a machine that when you put it in one booth, it comes out the other booth even better. Right? Mm-hmm. Some absolute mad lad took weed, like good kush, threw it in there, and rotated it through there about 5 or 6 times.
5 or 6 times?
Yes. To the point where the weed smoked from this stuff will keep you high for at least, I think, a month. Like, just a good hit, you're high for a month.
A hero of the nation, I guess.
I don't. It's so bad that the O5 Council have actually put the seeds of it in a containment cell as safe, but restricted for only certain uses. To put in perspective, you know 682, right?
What does he look like?
Giant unkillable lizard. We talked about him earlier.
Maybe.
999's brother.
Probably. Oh, yeah. Lizard.
Okay.
That...
They once used it to recontain him, but it turned out bad because he got the munchies.
Okay.
It's just... It's the stupid... It's a funny joke SCP, but still one of the dumbest things.
But it's canon.
Oh, that's right. They also put it in SCP fertilizer, too. Like, anomalous fertilizer that grows crops instantaneously overnight. Yeah, it just... Jesus fucking Christ. It's just a clusterfuck of stupidity on that one.
Interesting.
There is SCP-113, which is the gender changer.
Yo.
Basically, you hold on to the rock for at least a couple seconds, and you basically will turn into the opposite sex.
Give me the goddamn rock.
I know.
Rock?
This rock has been memed to death. It has been fucking memed to death.
You know what? I might remember that now. Because there's that funny doctor guy. What's his name? He's a famous doctor in the Foundation.
Chaos, we will watch it at the end, motherfucker. Keep saying prototype. We'll watch it at the end. Calm down. Anyways. So yeah.
There's a doctor?
What?
There's like a really famous character.
Yeah, we don't talk about him. We don't talk about him. I know who you're talking about. Don't talk about him. Let's just say that individual, the guy who was basically the person who created and was the character of it, did some very horrible shit.
Oh, gotcha. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Don't know who he is.
Yeah, keep that in mind. He was
actually, Lord Dreer's really cool. I wonder if we give him the stone to become Lord Dree.
But anyways, no. Long story short, PDF. There you go.
Yeah, anyway. Creek's horse looks really cool, guys.
Change the subject.
Avert.
Sorry.
I'm still making the goddamn horse.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a lot of pieces for a regular dude, what can I say?
Regular dude.
Regular dude faction. My favorite kind of faction. Regular dudes. Just a bunch of men and women drinking beer on a Sunday, shooting xenos, I guess. Imperial Guard.
Oh, yeah. 1610. 610. Ugh. So, you know how a lot of people make the joke, like, Nurgle would love the SCP universe?
Mm-hmm.
That's because of a certain SCP known as SCP 610. Known as the flesh that hates.
Oh, I've heard of it. I don't know anything about it, but the name is oddly familiar.
The flesh that hates basically is a virus that turns you into that image.
I'll pass. I bring me back to the Rock. I think the Rock was way cooler, to be honest.
Yeah, it gets bad. It gets... yeah, but no, there's other images of it. Like, it grows eerily fuckery. Like, it mutates flesh and shit, and it just gets bad.
Ah.
Like I said, imagine Nurgle would love this.
I could see why.
Yeah, he's just... Oh, boy. Yeah, 3069. I don't remember that one. What is that one? 3069.
fucking horse has a gas mask. This is fucking insane.
Oh,
the triangle?
Oh yeah, there's the Church of the Six. There's the Church of the Flesh that hates. Oh, ugh. It's bad. It's bad.
What about the flesh that cares?
The Obliterator virus? Oh yeah, the Obliterator virus basically is like cheap version of this. No, it's 113 is the gender bender stone, bub. Epsilon, we just got done talking about Shy Guy a little bit ago. Anyways,
I really like Bender Stone. Let's go back to that. That sounds really bad. I'll be real.
Yeah, they're like I said, there's some really cool but really fucked up SCPs in this. Oh, I'm gonna make you cry. I'm gonna make you cry real quick. Say hello to the young girl. SCP-053.
What is that picture? It's just a guy with a knife behind a girl.
I hate to say this. I hate to say this, but this is accurate.
Okay, elaborate.
So, SCP-053 is a little girl that has an anonymous ability that if anybody is within a certain range of her for 10 to 15 minutes, they basically go crazy and try to kill her. However, there have been different versions of this. I like the one where the moment that they try to make contact with her, like with a knife or something, the damage is reflected back at them.
Huh.
So, like, that guy with the knife, let's say he tries to, like, slit her throat, all of a sudden that damage is on him.
Okay.
Do you want to hear the really and this is fucked, because you want to know how the Foundation found out about her? It was a wellness check by a couple police officers after her parents tried to kill her, and then the fucking paramedics and police officers tried to kill her.
Wait, why would they? Oh, right, because everyone around her goes crazy and tries to... Right.
Yeah.
I see the issue now. Right.
This is
that
where
could be a little bit problematic.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You actually are gonna go, aww, because this image is completely lore accurate. That is 682.
Huh.
She can literally go and stand next to 682, and he will do nothing to her.
Just the chill.
Like, you see how she's drawing on him? He legit allows that. He doesn't care. He likes her.
Oh.
Like, to make you, like, you have to understand, this image, this is lore accurate. She is the only person that can do that. Like,
okay.
This is, this is the one and only time I say this. This girl is the only person on the planet that can touch or do what she's doing with 682.
Is there any particular reason for that? Is he just like...
The reason, the theory is going around that because of her anomalous ability, basically since 682 hates all humanity, it more or less like counteracts him. So basically he doesn't see her as a human. He sees her as like
fellow SCP or something.
A fellow SCP, so he doesn't have a hatred towards her. And keep in mind, they've tried with other SCPs. There is a short story I really, really fucking love because it just shows you that 682 actually does have some type of care in his system. Like, he actually is a good person at the end of the day. Long story short, what happened was the little girl was part of an investigationary assignment by a certain SCP doctor who doesn't exist anymore. For good fucking reason, because he was a scumbag.
The one that we shall not name.
No, worse. No, he's worse.
Oh, another bad guy. Wow, I'm seeing a very common trend.
He's worse. Okay, I want to make this clear. The SCP Foundation has a rule. We are cold, not cruel. They don't do cruel experiments. They do cold experiments. They try to keep their distance away from emotion. We are going to talk about that next time, Epsilon. Anyways, the really thing is, I say that 682 can actually care is because this guy basically tried an experiment with 093 or 053 and the old man. Yeah, it did not end well. She basically almost got taken by him. However, this is where it gets really cool. 682 could sense something was wrong and busted through his containment cell into the testing chamber and nearly killed the old man.
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
He protected 053 from the old man. He nearly fucking ripped that bastard's head off.
Maybe I was too cruel to the lizard. I like the lizard now. He seems pretty chill.
He's protective of her to the point where when they have to separate them, he often seems lethargic or melancholy.
Like what?
He often seems lethargic or melancholy.
Okay. Intriguing.
There's some really weird shit, dude. But I'm gonna bring it back down to sadness days. Because
sadness days.
Yep, back to the sad parts. We're not really talking about 001 proposals. That's going to be a different stream. Trust me, it's going to be a different stream because that's a big... There's 56 of these damn things. We'll talk about that later.
I nominate the Ryan Gosling as 001. Thank you. I will not elaborate or take further questions.
But no, there is something really cool, though, that often makes people wonder, why do I say that the SCP Foundation believes in cold but not cruel? Here's why. SCP Foundation has a reason. I think there's... Yes, they did. There is a story about 053 being like one of the horsemen of the apocalypse, and 682 being her mount. Like her horse.
Alright.
So, I'm not gonna say... It's a longer fucking story, and at the end of the day, it's just... Yeah, she was one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. Done, deal, gone.
Okay.
It sounds just like how it is. It's literally it's an interesting story, but it's so fucking long. It would take up an entire stream. So, yeah, this is basically me just giving you, like, the rundown of certain SCPs, certain things. Then next...
Yeah, because a lot of the stories are, like, hours long, aren't they?
Yeah, which, by the way, you guys who are watching this, put in the comments what SCPs you want us, when this goes into a VOD, put down in the comments what SCP or what story you guys would like me to talk about, and we'll talk about it. So, yeah. The most interesting, I would say this much. There are really, to bring it back down to sad days, the one guy that did the test with 053, the little girl and the old man, Same guy tried to see if it was just that 682 more or less just didn't hurt little girls or children. So he kept throwing children from orphanages into 682's chamber.
Oh.
Did not turn out well.
Yeah, I don't know why you would go out your way to test that to begin with, but...
He was a piece of shit. Anyways, it got so fucking bad. We'll talk about Malo in a second. It got so bad that the O5 Council and the Ethics Committee, which we'll talk about in a second, more or less decided and threw him in the cell with 682.
Oh, that's funny. Are you so curious? Why don't you go find out?
Exactly! Fucking asshole. So
did they ever try put like cameras or shit on the people so they could find out?
Yeah, there's plenty of times where D-Class were given like cameras or certain things. Case in point, there actually one of your Paint Gaming just actually did the perfect thing. SCP 3001, the Infinite IKEA.
I think that's how I learned about SCPs, was IKEA, actually. It's a guy that made, like, really popular animations.
Is it 3001? Or is it 4001? I'm bugging here. Infinite IKEA.
Don't worry, I'm also bugging and struggling to put a guy in a fucking horse. Becoming a bit of a recent trend of issue.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about SCP-3000. Yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. It's 3008. It's 3008. Okay, 3008. Yeah, 3008. The perfectly old IKEA. Long story short, there is an IKEA in the middle of nowhere that basically is just... It's literally just an infinite IKEA. You walk through the front door, door shuts, disappears. You're stuck in an infinite IKEA. It's a pocket dimensionary IKEA with infinite fucking space. It's pretty bad. Not bad, but pretty bad. During store hours, there are entities known as SCP-3008-1, which are these, like, blank humanoid-faced people that walk around and do nothing. But at night, the bigger, more scarier versions of these bastards show up, which is SCP-008, SCP-3008-2, which, if they see you or notice you, you're dead. They will kill you. It's fucking weird. The Infinite IKEA is where most people think, oh, we can just shove it in there and, be gone with you, you vile thought. They tried that with 682. Did not work out.
When was 682 again?
Giant, unkillable lizard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if I ask, like,
no, you're fine.
Stuff,
you're fine.
Numbers are very hard to remember.
Yeah, no, trust me. I remember. There's a lot I don't remember. You could just remember this. 682 equals hard to kill reptile.
We are Legion, brother. We are invincible.
Yeah. Yes, we are going to talk about some of the GOIs here in a minute.
GOIs?
Groups of interest. But real quick, I want to just briefly hit on the structure of the Foundation. So the Foundation works like this. There are 3 major groups that run the Foundation. You have the O5 Council, which are the original SCP founders. You have the Ethics Committee, and then you have the Administration. So the ethics committee basically is what it sounds like. It is the ethics committee. They basically go over what proposals you put forth and say yes or no to your experiments. O5 Council, they're the head honchos, the captain of the group. They basically take care of majority of the things that the Foundation needs to do. The administration board is basically in charge of sites. Now, there is multiple places which are called sites. Some sites have certain entities, and others have other certain entities. They can range from a couple safe, a couple Euclid, a couple Keter, to all Keter, to all Euclid, or all safe SCPs. It's one of those deals.
Right.
And I was about to say, a lot of people say the ethics committee is a joke for the Foundation, but it's really not. The ethics committee basically, again, what we talked about earlier, which was the guy who kept throwing children into the cage with the unkillable reptile.
Oh.
They basically heard about it, figured out that this guy didn't put it through the ethics committee, and he just did it because he wanted to see what would happen. So they basically talked to the O5, decided, threw him in the cage.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Isn't one of the O5 members a cat?
Yes, I believe it's 059 or 058. It's one of the two.
Why is there a cat on the council?
Because shenanigans. I believe the theory is. I believe the correct terminology is there is an SCP known as the animal zipper, which is like the part of the zipper that zips up, like the zipper. And if it touches a person's bare skin, it basically, once it sticks onto them and will open, and then you will turn into a random animal.
Ah.
He basically got fucked and turned into a cat.
Meow, meow. Important decisions. Meow, meow.
Well, you make those jokes, but if I remember correctly, what he's in charge of is kind of fucking hilarious in that, right? He's considered the cryptid expert. So he turns into a cat. He's a cryptid expert. The fuck?
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Yeah. There is, back to subject at hand. So basically, if a decision is to be made...
The Emperor is pleased.
Luminous_Dave donated $4.99 through Super Chat. SCP-00105-01, the Master of Mankind, real name, redacted.
Yeah, there's a common joke with SCP and 40k loving nerds that 051 is the God Emperor.
5-1 is the God one.
It's a running joke with the 40k SCP fandom nerds, which is they just say 051 is the Emperor of Mankind before the collapse of humanity.
Okay.
And I get
pretty funny.
I get where they're coming from, but that's not how it works.
So fun in games until he starts talking about killing Xenos.
Pretty much. There is a bunch of other stuff. Oh no, we are not. We will talk about that in a minute, because that will be the opening segment into a certain group of interest.
Okay.
He just Epsilon just said something and it pissed me the fuck off.
Ew.
So, I think, that would be a good segue, real quick. So, basically, the O5 Council has command over jurisdictions, the administration has command over sites, and the ethics committee has control over research and development. So, basically, out of those three, they basically run it. Now, we got to talk about the groups of interest, and we're going to start with the biggest of dickheads, which is, in my opinion, the GOC, or the Global Occult Coalition. This is the UN's version of the Foundation.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've heard of these guys.
I hate these motherfuckers.
The UN in every timeline.
No, I hate these fucking assholes. These guys, these motherfuckers right here. These motherfuckers right here.
Isn't the whole thing just eliminating SCPs?
Yeah, hold on. I have to refill my resin pool. Hold on.
Okay. Gosh. Only know about these guys. Not actual lore stuff, by the way, chat. I only know them because it's like real life UN versus based UN, and it's just these guys. But I don't know if they're based, if everyone's reaction to them is the same as the normal UN, but you know, we'll find out. We'll find out, and we will see.
Okay, I'm back. It's literally right behind me. Okay, so the GOC are the biggest bunch of chodes on the planet. They are the quintessential Bellins of the SCP universe. To the fucking understandment of they are just the biggest bunch of bureaucratic douchebags ever. Fuck these guys. However,
so
I will show you why I say fuck these people. Okay. There's an SCP that is predominantly famous because of these dickheads.
Okay.
I really don't like talking about this, but I'm going to. It's known as SCP-1609.
1609. Never heard of him. What is SCP-609? Or whatever the fuck it's called.
Hold on. I didn't fucking... I'm trying to pull up a picture for you.
Right. Well, while you struggle, should I put a sword or a gun on the Drea guy? So what the fuck? Why is it a chair?
It's a chair. It's a fucking chair. Do you want to hear the story of the chair?
Well, by just looking at some of the images, I can guess it's probably a very bad story. But yes, enlighten me.
The chair.
The chair.
The chair. No, we will talk about Here Be. We are not talking about Here Be Dragons. That is too sad. The chair. It was a entity that basically was sentient. It would actually, if you were feeling exhausted, tired, or just flat out like stressed, it would literally teleport behind you and comfortably push you onto it, and then proceed to put you in such a state of euphoria that you felt like you took a 12-hour nap.
Oh.
It was just a very good, wholesome chair.
It was a harmless chair.
It was a beautiful, beautiful chair that basically just wanted to help humanity. That was until the GOC stole it from a Foundation site.
So the UN, let me get this straight.
Yep.
They were like, you know what? We're already bad at what we do in real life, so we're gonna raid a super secret facility and steal a chair.
Oh no, that's not even the worst part.
Okay.
They then proceed to realize this chair is anomalous and put it through a fucking wood chipper.
Okay.
Do you see this? Do you see this image right here?
Yes.
The reason this man is bleeding is because after it did that, the chair got angry. You want to know how fucking you? Oh no. It got so angry, it developed new abilities.
Oh.
It was able to now teleport its fucking shavings into the lungs of any sentient creature within a certain radius.
Not very friendly, is it?
I hate these fucking GOC dickheads. I honestly... I'm gonna make this perfect. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go on a fucking rant with this. I can't believe you. You took one of the nicest fucking entities on this planet, almost as nice as 999, and turned it into a psychopathic killing machine that literally can't tell from the GOC or the Foundation or a normal human being so badly that it literally will fucking kill you just because you dipshits decided, let's kill it.
That is really weird that they were like, alright, let's kill this thing in particular.
I hate the GOC. GOC can go fucking die in a hole. GOC, die.
Isn't the GOC's whole bit just being evil SCP Foundation and just killing what they can?
Yes. Which is fucked up, the fact that they are that. Anyways.
Am I good in any timeline? Everyone, no, you're not.
No, you're not. No. No, they are good in one timeline, and that's the 5K timeline, but that timeline's already fucked.
The 5K timeline?
I know, I know that they caused the Here Be Dragons incident. I don't want to talk about the Here Be Dragons, please. I don't want to go. I don't want to be sad boy for. All right, fine, fuck it. We'll do the Here Be Dragons story. So, Here Be Dragons, real quick. Again, GOC fucked it. Was a box
as usual.
Was a box full of origami dragons with a image with a writing on it that said "Here Be Dragons." It was an entity that did not have any problems with anybody. Did not have any issue at all. And was probably one of the nicest entities on the fucking planet. Basically, what happened was these little guys, and they were sentient, these little guys would come out, say hi, how are you guys, and just be little fucking dragons. Little fucking dragons, no bigger than the palm of your hand.
Okay. Doesn't sound too bad to me.
And they were kind, they were considerate, they were nice. It was so adorable. They were cute. Tell the GOC.
Oh boy.
Because the GOC got their hands on the box.
Ah, shit. Here we go. How do they keep getting their hands on these guys?
They raid facilities all the fucking time.
What? Under whose authority?
Under the fucking UN's.
Oh, right. Because the UN has authority in this timeline,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And so when they got their hands on the box, they did something to it. It's not really said what they did. But the Foundation was able to retrieve the box. And over the course of a week, the dragons started to die.
Ah.
And they basically were able to speak and explain that what they did was something that we don't know how to fix, and our world is being destroyed. So, by the end of the week, all the dragons burnt up and turned to dust, and the box was renamed. Instead of Here Be Dragons, Here Were Dragons.
Oh.
The nicest creatures on the planet disappeared.
Any consequences?
No consequences that we know of. They just went away.
They just killed a nice little little
It's
funny thing.
Whenever you hear people say "fuck the GOC," this is why.
God.
There was nothing wrong. They were just there to be there. They were just there to be whimsical and, make people smile. And then the GOC comes and takes it, rips it through, and fucks it up for everybody. There is, however, the author of the story actually has come out on his Twitter multiple times saying he's working on the redemption arc. So, thank God, we might be able to get the Here Be Dragons back.
The return of the Here Be Dragons.
Which would be so grateful for my soul.
So, why is the UN, or whatever they're called in this, like the
it's the UN. The GOC is the UN.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call them the UN because they look like the UN. They act like the UN.
They are.
So why are they screwing about with the Foundation when I presume the Foundation is?
Let's head back to the beginning of this entire fucking stream where I told you how certain people that left the Foundation, that left the group that day when the Foundation was starting to be born, would go off and create their own separate things. There was one character named Base, who was a Native American who's called everything in that warehouse an abomination and needed to be destroyed. He tried to destroy the factory, failed miserably, but went back to the President of the United States and told him what was happening. And that laid the groundwork for the GOC nowadays, which now see anomalies as abominations and must be eliminated.
I mean, to be fair, if they only knew about that one anomaly, I can see the paranoia, to be honest.
Yeah, I can see the paranoia, but at the same time, you don't just destroy shit if it doesn't do anything bad. If it's hostile, kill it. If it's not, leave it be.
My headcanon is that they threw the dragons in the wood chipper, because that's all the UN does. It's like, into the wood chipper.
No!
I'm sorry, I was just like, they did things we can't explain, like, it was totally the wood chipper. They got thrown into the wood chipper. Goodness.
Yeah, dude, no, cryptid, that's fine. Dude, I'm open source, everything's fine. I won't copy strike anybody, unless it's like, you're being an asshole. Not even if you're being an asshole. I am First Amendment all the way type people. Yes, Epsilon, we're getting to that. Next up is the Chaos Insurgency, which originally were part of the Foundation. Funny enough.
What's their story? They're very popular.
So the Chaos Insurgency was originally a splinter group that was designated as rogue, but was secretly not. They basically were like undercover rogue, like double agent, and they were to try to infiltrate certain entities and groups so that way they could spy on them for the Foundation. However, during certain things with the Inquisitor, with the O5 Inquisitor, long story short, they kind of just said, fuck you guys, and left. And they are now basically like their own splinter group that, instead of containing entities, they sell them to the highest bidder.
That doesn't... What?
They're basically...
That sounds kind of silly.
You would think it's silly, but they've stolen certain SCPs from... They basically raid Foundation sites and steal SCPs and sell them to the highest bidder. One of which was the staff of Hermes, which basically it is what it sounds like. It's a healing staff that can cure any disease or wound, as long as you sacrifice a certain amount of life force for it. Okay. So they basically have that. They more or less just raid, steal SCPs, and sell them to the highest bidder. Like, they will sell them to they'll sell, like, basically, like, a virus that can kill 99.999% of people. They'll sell it to, like, terrorist organizations, insurgency groups. Basically, they don't care. They are here for the bottom dollar. They want money.
There would be something more like, oh, what we're doing's wrong, the Foundation's evil. No, they're just...
No, money. We want money. We want money. We want money. That's literally the entire premise of these motherfuckers. But there is one organization which everybody can agree with are just incompetent to the level of competent. And the funny part is, Cleveland was the one who put them into made them.
Okay.
He didn't want the UN to basically control the US when it came to this stuff. So he made his own, like, investigatory group. And it's called the UIU. Or the Unusual Incident Unit of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Okay.
Okay. I want to just explain to you why these guys are referred by the Foundation. Their nicknames go as written. Roswell's Revengers, the X-File fuck-ups, and the UI useless.
UI useless? Oh gosh. So these guys are just laughing stocks is what I'm getting from
You would think! However...
oh, okay, so they're actually really good at what they do, okay.
It was Edgar Hoover that put them in a place, my bad. Edgar Hoover. These guys, which we're going to talk about the Serpent Hand in a minute, these guys, there's a thing known as the Wanderer's Library. It's almost impossible to get into this motherfucker. It is insanely difficult to get into the Wanderer's Library, which holds the knowledge of all existence. Alright?
Okay, yeah. I follow.
The Foundation tries their best to get into it. The GOC tries their best. The Chaos Insurgency. Every group of interest, except for the Serpent's Hand, who it's basically their home base. Everybody tries their damnedest to get into this place, right?
Yeah.
There is a UIU lieutenant that accidentally walks into the Wanderer's Library about 93% of the time.
What? Huh?
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. It's like, I need to go to the bathroom, I'll be right back. Opens the bathroom door, shuts it behind him, looks up. Oh, fuck, I'm in the Wanderer's Library again.
Oh, whoopsie, I'm in the library. Oh no.
Like
what do you...
It's so stupid. And and to get to the Wanderer's Library, when you get in there, you need to be very careful. Because it is a sentient being, somewhat.
Oh.
And if it deems you not worthy or an intruder, you will get attacked fucking immediately by its antibody system, basically. No, the fucking dude can just walk around and say hi to everybody.
I guess he's worthy, then.
I don't fucking know. No one understands. It's baffled the Foundation. It's baffled the GOC to the point where even the Foundation has stated this guy has to be anomalous somehow, but they can never figure it out.
walks out of library. The simple answer is you're all just not worthy.
Like, it's so stupid. Not to mention, you remember the Scarlet King, right?
Yeah, the guy that we can't allow to exist. That guy.
There is a fucking funny-ass story about a different dimension of the Foundation universe where the UIU, a member of it, tricked the fucking Scarlet King into believing that a spork could kill him. And he believed it.
What kind of Doctor Who shenanigans is this?
I don't understand these fuckers! Like, they can't do anything actually good. Like, they have fucked up royally on multiple occasions. Like, and these are not bad guys. Like, these are really nice individuals. And majority of them are, like, Navy SEAL trained, like, Delta Squad trained, like, really good fucking individuals. Like, really high-end individuals. We're talking, like, the best of the best when it comes to certain things.
Uh-huh.
Yet, for some fucked up reason, they're still considered the laughingstocks.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
Like,
it's to do with the name or something.
Yeah, they fail upwards.
Yeah, I guess. Wait. I mean, hey, at least they're not throwing entities.
Cryptid, we don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about that guy. We don't talk about that guy.
Give me the funny stone.
Yeah, we don't talk about that guy.
Just want to look at it.
And it's just like the fucked up part is like everybody makes these jokes about them like they're useless, they can't do shit, they're not good, all of them suck. Like they make these jokes, but then the next second, again, guy just goes into the Wanderer's Library and is allowed to walk around like no big deal. Another dude basically, that hurts my brain. It just doesn't make sense. Another dude basically convinces a god-level entity that, this spork that's made out of fucking plastic can kill you. Oh, not to mention, my brain hurt when somebody explained this story to me, and I still don't understand how the fuck this happens. Mm-hmm. There was an incident with 682 and a UIU agent, hard to kill reptile, the guy that will murder any human on sight, that for some fucked up reason, 682 looked at the guy, turned around, and ran to the Foundation and said, "Put me in my cage."
What? 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 So telling me this thing will kill literally anyone besides the girl, and they see this one guy, and he goes,
"Your guess is as good as mine.
I want to go home. I want to go home."
Cryptid, please stop talking about the light bulb man. Please, 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 please stop talking about that man. We don't talk about that man. That man has gotten banned. Yeah, the other nicknames for them are just so stupid. Like, the usually inept unit, like, it's just, oh my god. They fail upwards so hard that even, like, Zeech would probably go, "How the fuck did you do that?"
Huh? It's like, huh? What do you mean you just walked up to him and he ran away? What do you mean?
Exactly. It's just like...
Are you sure you're a normal dude? Like, lifts his eyes up a bit. It's like, are you sure you're normal? Like, you're not like a...
Like...
mystical beast or something?
Yes, we'll show the video. We're both gonna react to that video, okay? Calm down. We're not... Dude, we're not even done. Like, I want to keep going and talk about people. Like, okay. Now, we're kind of... we'll talk about the Serpent's Hand, because they're kind of like the only other major group that exists still.
Okay.
Serpent's Hand is basically, they believe, like, remember how I said that there were certain individuals that left the Foundation when it was being made?
Yeah.
One of the individuals left, but didn't tell them why, and actually told them that they were being too, they were not they should not jail these creatures. They should let them be free.
Oh, yeah,
walked off, and created the Serpent's Hand, which believed that the Foundation, the GOC, and everybody else like that do not need to contain or control SCPs. Like, they should be free. Anomalies should exist so that way humanity can evolve. Because they believe that this is the next step in evolution, basically. I believe somebody said, like, they are the, like, Charles Xavier or Magneto of the SCP universe. Which I actually can see that. I actually, now when I think about it, I can see that.
I don't know that character that well, I'm afraid.
X-Men.
Never watched any of it.
The idea is that there's an evolutionary trait, and these people that are evolving should be allowed to be.
Right. I mean, okay, but some of these things are like world-ending. I don't think you can just let them roam about.
That's the thing. Like, their logic, though, isn't wrong. Because if you have two world-ending creatures, what are they going to do? They're going to fight each other. It's basically like Godzilla, Monsterverse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there's world-ending entities, but they're going to fight amongst themselves first before they deal with anything else. Like,
right.
So they're basically based out of the Wanderer's Library. Somehow they got in and they made a deal with the Guardian of the Wanderer's Library, and they're just there. We still don't know how they did it. Also, they're the one group that I really, really love. You know why?
Why?
They have open kill orders on all GOC members.
Of course. Right, I see.
They are anti-GOC all the fucking way. They want these people dead. There's actually a funny story where the Serpent Hand actually contracted some mercenaries and literally gave them, like, anomalous abilities to go hunt these motherfuckers as payment. Like, there is multiple and oh my god, I didn't even talk about kill orders. There's so many kill orders on so many fucking people. The GOC has bounties on all of the O5 Council. Like, you kill an O5 member, you're set for fucking life.
Yo, all the Warhammer could be mine if I just strangled the cat. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult though.
No shit, it's the O5 Council. They, super secure facility. Don't think it's exactly a job for most of us, is it?
Nope.
To break into said place.
Nope. Alright. So we just got done with that. Now we need to talk about something else. We need to talk about the MTF.
Iconic.
So, here's the thing.
Mobile Task Force.
Yes. So you know about them.
There's several teams of them. They specialize in certain stuff. I don't remember it said certain stuff perfectly, but...
Okay. There's, like, multiple teams of individuals. There's so many, I made 3 fucking videos explaining these all of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's how long it took me to fucking do it. I basically stole the idea from Bricky. You know, every Warhammer faction or every every chapter or legion. I stole it from him and kind of made it my own. So the major ones that we should talk about are the Red Right Hand, the Lost Left Hand, and I think Pandora's Box would be good. So the Red Right Hand is basically the O5's personal MTF. These guys basically follow the rules written by the O5 to the letter. They're basically the same as the Law's Left Hand, which is the ethics committees. Is the ethics committees version of them, which is basically they follow the ethics committee's orders to a T. They do not hesitate. Then there is Nine-Tailed Fox, which is the administration's version of both of those, which follow the orders of the administration groups. There's Alpha 1, which is Red Right Hand, Epsilon 11, which is Nine-Tailed Fox, and Omega 1, which is Law's Left Hand. It's basically they have each one of the three controlling groups have their own MTF units.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There are site security, but those aren't technically MTFs. Those are just like basic security guards.
Oh, I got the pistol. I'm going to go shoot SCP Shy Guy Lamau.
Yeah, and then immediately get fucking riddled with holes from 3 different guards.
I always find it so funny that in all this SCP stuff, there's like all these elite teams and whatnot, but they still employ like these mall cop security guards on these super facilities.
This is the thing. Like, these security guards, like, I love how everybody makes fun of MTFs and like, and other groups like that, like the site security. You do realize these motherfuckers are fighting world-ending entities and stuff like that.
That's what's funny about it. Because you have these task forces that are trained to properly deal with it, and then you have these security guards. It's
like the equivalent of like a guardsman squad versus a fucking Lord of Change.
Abaddon the Despoiler.
Yeah, basically. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, we're gonna die. Yep.
120 guardsmen can stall Abaddon the Despoiler for 5 turns. Fun fact.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like, yes, we understand you have a gun, but can I talk about our Lord and Savior, my fucking warp entity? You know, it's just fucked. You're fucked. But there are, like, really interesting MTF units. The most famous of them all is actually one of the most powerful of them all. New 7, also known as Hammer fucking Down. They basically... Hammer Down, to put in perspective, is an MTF unit that does not truly exist. In a sense, I actually recently figured this out. Hammer Down is an actual joint operationary MTF where it will take multiple units from every other MTF and put them together to go after one individual target.
Oh.
I found that out recently, which was pretty fucking cool. It's basically all hell's broken loose. Get everybody together, hammer it down, and there you be.
That's actually really cool.
It's New 7 and you. There are really fucking... There's really interesting MTFs. I talked about the Bayou Boys before.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally just a bunch of fucking Florida men. That's it. That's legit it. It's a bunch of like Navy SEALs that grew up in Florida and have fun.
I'm sorry, you say Floridaman, I can only imagine that video of, like, the guy that grabbed a crocodile or something, like,
Yep.
get it by the neck and just threw it back in the river.
That's pretty much it. That's legit just the Bayou Boys. Like, I am trying to put this in reference to you. Yes, that is the Bayou Boys. They are just a bunch of rednecks from Florida. That's it.
That's just sweet. I like that.
There are a couple other ones. When it comes to like disposing of certain things that are just really nasty is Maz Hatters. They are the guys that deal with cleanup and biohazardous materials.
Less fun.
Basically, imagine inverted Death Guard.
Yeah, less fun.
There's
I really want to be those guys.
There's a really cool Fire Eaters. Fire Eaters are basically the firefighters of the Foundation, who fight fire with fire, literally. Yeah, there's.
Makes me think of a really weird show that I. They fight fire with fire.
Actual fire, yes, and no, they actually do. There are there's one in particular that we can't overlook, which is Pandora's Box. Which, oh boy, Pandora's Box, which is discontinued. It's been it's been dissolved. Originally had an SCP on the team. His name was Abel. His name is Abel. Abel was the lead. Basically, Pandora's Box was the original group of when shit hits the fan, these guys get called in to deal with it. That was until Abel got bored and slaughtered everybody.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I really hate it when my teammate just gets bored, so he just starts shooting his squad up. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So wait, who's Abel exactly? Like
Abel is
just a regular guy.
Abel is an SCP. Let me grab his file for you.
Yeah, because I think some context is very important for this one.
Yeah, hold up. I believe there's Abel. So Abel is a humanoid figure that it's odd. He basically he doesn't die. He's more or less Abel from the book of, the Holy Bible. He is Abel.
Oh.
Cain killed Abel. This is Abel.
Okay.
Pretty much, his abilities are he regenerates. He doesn't technically die. When you destroy his body, he goes back into a sarcophagus type deal, and then is regenerated inside and then sent back out. He can generate his own weapons. He can make firearms now, but he doesn't do it because, in his words, that's cowardly.
Firearms are for cowards.
Well, he's an immortal, nigh unkillable monster. Oh, and by the way, before they actually were able to talk to the guy, he basically had a corridor with 50 Ma-Deuce machine guns aimed at him. Browning automatic, Browning 50 cals. Yeah, no, he basically, when he escapes, they need to kill him. Well, he's immortal to a degree. He basically can regenerate up to a certain point, and then he has to go back in the box.
Okay. So if you just hurt him enough,
he'll go back in.
leave. Okay.
Yeah, basically, Abel more or less was originally the SCP that was part of Pandora's box. Then an incident happened where Abel basically killed all of his teammates, and then he basically decided he was just done being the lapdog of the Foundation.
I mean, what's he do now then?
He just stays in his box.
So he got bored, killed his teammates, got bored again, went back in his box.
Pretty much. Pretty fucking much.
Okay. That's a bit disappointing.
What was the... And that's pretty much it. Like, when it comes to MTFs, there's a lot, and you can figure out your own when you go to it. Like, you have Valkyries, who are basically, like, the air support and air force of the Foundation. You have others, and this and that, and stuff like that. Like, Mole Rats, who are the Spelunkers and Excavationary group. Like, there's a lot.
Do teams get discontinued if they're wiped out, or do they get, like, replaced?
They're replaced. The only time an MTF unit is, like, disabled or dissolved is, like, with like Pandora's box, which they basically think this unit doesn't need to be anymore and just dissolves it.
Okay, so it's never like a scenario where it's like, oh, the entire unit besides one guy died, just merge him with another unit.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much that guy that survived. Cool, he's the captain now. Everybody else, you follow him.
You're the captain now. It's
Look at
just
me.
a traumatized, like,
Look at me.
guy.
I am the captain now.
I am the captain now.
Speaking of captains, I think I think the worst group to be in is probably Beta 4 or Castaways.
Oh. What's that deal?
Castaways, basically, I make the joke, but it's true. They're suicidal, but they're not stupid.
Right.
Castaways are the first ones in and the first ones out. Like, they are the, like, group that goes in, checks anomalies from different dimensional anomalies, and comes back. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
There's been multiple times where their entire unit has been completely and utterly fucking wiped.
Ah. And then they get replaced.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
I'm sorry, guys, if I'm not, like, talking to you guys in chat. It's just, like, I'm almost done with the stream, because we've been going for about 2.5 hours, and I don't want this to go way the fuck over.
Yeah, I'm just listening and asking questions.
Yeah.
So I've only just managed to finish the Lord Drea guy somehow in 2 hours.
Well, here, go ahead and, like, ask some questions about this. Like, go for it. Like, any particular topic you want to talk about now?
For, like, about the SCP stuff in general?
Yeah.
You said there was... Okay, I remember this from earlier. You said there was one timeline where the UN was good. What was that timeline again?
Oh, fuck,
did
yeah,
they do that was
SCP-5K.
good?
SCP-5K, perfect, actually. So, there is a separate timeline known as the SCP-5K timeline, which there actually is a video game called SCP-5K, which, currently, if anybody wants to, go support the motherfuckers, because that game is awesome. Which tells us...
Steam?
It's on Steam. It is on Steam, and I believe it's free, maybe?
What's it called? Just 5K?
SCP-5K. Hold on. 2 seconds. I'll look it up. See if it's actually free or not.
No, it's not free. It costs money.
Money.
Oh, this game looks sick.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. It's they just implemented, I think, the Horde mode.
Okay, 5K is already in your Steam library. Well, I already... Huh? When did I get this? Is this the shooter one, or is this, like...
It should be the shooter one.
peek, because there's a lot of SCP games, and I do remember playing one that was kind of an SCP game, but it couldn't use any of the actual SCPs.
Oh god.
So it was just more like a zombie shooter.
Yeah. Okay.
In the Foundation.
But no. Basically, SCP-5K is a alternate universe, more or less that. I like CG5. Anyways, basically SCP-5K, and to put this in perspective, it's more or less the story of a guy who takes the actual suit, SCP-5K, and more or less goes on a journey to try to save the universe, save the world, apparently. Because what happens is the Foundation goes crazy, apparently, and tries to kill everybody.
Huh.
Yeah.
Got tired of the UN fucking killing the SCP.
I swear to God, yeah, that felt like it. But anyways, it basically
takes place after the Dragons event.
Would not be surprised at that point. But no, basically what happens is the SCP Foundation goes nuts and just goes and tries to kill people now. And like they're trying to wipe out humanity. I'm not going to spoil a lot, but long story short, what happens is the SCP Foundation goes rogue and starts killing people, releasing all the SCPs, making sure that everybody dies.
Besides the guy in the suit? Or...
the guy in the suit somehow manages to get through it. There is Bruno. We're not going to say his name, but Bruno does show up in the story.
Of course.
And long story short, some other stuff happens. The SCP-5000 that we have on record is the broken suit. So what we know of is from it. Basically, the Foundation goes crazy, starts killing everybody. It's the UIU and the GOC that try to protect everybody. Yeah, Dr. B. We're said Dr. B. The guy basically goes on a journey to go somewhere, but he doesn't remember where. He has a suitcase. And basically, throughout the story, he more or less talks about what's happening. Pretty much, the Foundation released all the SCPs, put 096, his picture, out into the world, hacked everything so it constantly plays it, put up memetic hazards that basically will kill you if you look at them too long. And some other things. And the weird part was, the really, really, really weird part was, all of the SCPs that they released did not attack nor try to kill the Foundation members, but they tried to kill everybody else. Even 682.
That make any sense. So they would just chill with the people that were keeping them locked up all of a sudden?
All of a sudden, the story goes. So, the guy finally reaches his destination, and he witnesses a battle between some weird entity and SCP, and the Foundation and some SCPs. This briefcase, which we're going to talk about what was in there in a second. Basically, he gets to SCP-2000, which is a reset machine. It resets to a certain time, and it's how the Foundation usually stops, like, world-ending events. And he resets it, but in doing so, he dies.
Oh.
And the suit just shows up in SCP-2000 with, like, it just... the suit that's destroyed and his body's disintegrated. After they looked into the suit, they found something disturbing.
What did they find?
It turns out that there is a godlike entity that has controlled humanity from the shadows ever since its creation.
Oh.
And apparently, emotions were not supposed to exist with humanity.
Oh.
And long story short, because of certain things that happened, basically the Foundation found out and more or less found a way to sever themselves from this entity. And because of that, they tried to save as many people as they could. But majority of people that just die from the image are too far gone. There is the creepiest part of this is at the end of the story, there is a audio log of zeros of 051 talking to 0511 about how he can't believe it, but he has to agree with that giant damn lizard. We need to eradicate humanity.
I have to agree with that dumb fucking lizard. It's crazy.
Yeah. What was in the suitcase was a thing known as SCP-005, which is an anti-memetic. Anti-memetics basically don't make you forget. They just make you basically forget. And you don't remember what you were supposed to forget. It's basically forget-me-juice. Yeah, and that's really the only time I can think of where the UIU and the GOSC were good guys. Because they were just trying to protect civilians. Oh, and the entity that the guy saw at the end of the story, where he said that he saw it, was more or less the entity's final, stand before it dies. Too bad, guy reset the world and nobody remembers. Which sucks.
Yeah.
FYI, we got 2 more SCPs I want to talk about, then I think we can call it.
Okay.
Or at least I'll call it, because I'm sleepy and I want to make some food.
Okay, fair enough.
One is SCP-3000, and the other is SCP... is the SCP-001 video that we need to watch together before I go off. SCP-3000 is a giant moray eel.
Big eel.
Yep. It's just a giant moray eel. It's humongous. And it lives at the bottom of the sea. The viscous fluid that it gives off basically more or less is a memetic, which erases your memory and what you can do. So the Foundation basically have it not contained. It's one of the Thermial class SCPs. It basically exists only to be used as sampling for memetics to make people forget shit.
I mean, but why would they let this thing roam free again, though?
Because they can't contain it. It's literally the size. Its size is roughly 900 kilometers.
Oh. I don't know, I just feel like having this one free could be a slight problem, no?
Yeah. It's 300 kilometers and 10 meters in diameter. Yeah, it's bad. It's a big motherfucker.
huge, like massively sized. Okay, so it's like that one other ocean.
Yeah.
SCP. It's just under heavily surveillance.
It's under heavy surveillance. Yeah. It doesn't really go anywhere, and it feeds off of something we just don't know. The really fucked up part about this is they sent 3 divers in, and they all went fucking insane. 2 basically forgot how to breathe, and the 3rd one got eaten alive.
Oh, fun.
So, yeah. The last thing we need to do is... I was told to watch this video with you. Because I don't really know much about 001.
9 hours of Sideman Among Us. My favorite.
Stop. Alright, ready?
Okay.
I'll turn the volume up to here. 3, 2, 1.
The guerrilla soldiers fire their rifles blindly into the jungle. They don't know what exactly they're shooting at, but something is out there among the trees, something they can't see, something that's killing them. One of the young soldiers, barely more than a boy, stops to reload. As he pulls the magazine from his rifle, a blur passes by. The soldier next to him suddenly drops to his knees, clutching his neck, blood pouring out between his fingers. A hand grasps the boy's shoulder, and he spins around, nearly opening fire on his commander. The older man tells him they've got to go, and the boy joins a small group of soldiers who start running through the jungle, trying to get away from whatever this thing is. As they run, there's another flash of movement, and one of the soldiers is pulled into the trees. He can hear his screams mixed with the otherworldly shrieks, but there's nothing they can do. It's already too late for him. Another soldier disappears into the trees with a blur. It's just him and the commander now. They emerge from the jungle into a clearing that contains a small abandoned farm. The commander motions for them to head towards the old farmhouse, and the 2 take cover around the corner of the home. They crouch with their guns ready, peeking around the corner, looking for any sign of the monster that's killed so many of their comrades. The boy wants to know what they should do. He opens his mouth to ask the commander, but he puts a finger to his lips and motions for the boy to keep watching. The boy peeks around the corner of the house, but he doesn't see anything emerging from the tree line. It's quiet, until the commander begins to scream. The boy turns to see a point forming on his chest. It's a black circle. No, not black, something darker. It's like it is the absence of any and all light. The commander screams louder as the point of darkness grows. The commander's screams fade out, even as it looks like he continues to yell. The boy watches as the commander seems to be collapsing in, sucked into the dark orb in his chest. The commander's body folds in on itself, growing smaller and smaller, until it disappears completely into the black hole, which vanishes along with him.
What the fuck? I get that this is SCP, but Jesus Christ, dude.
I don't think the animation is giving it any justice how brutal that probably is.
Yeah. Yeah. You got spaghettified, motherfuckers. Do it right.
Ay, ay, ay.
The boy doesn't know what he just saw, but he doesn't have time to think, because emerging from the forest is the creature. The boy has never seen anything like it, and runs into the farmhouse. He locks the door and pushes the old kitchen table in front of it, trying to barricade it as best he can. He looks around and spots a bed against the wall. It's the best hiding spot he can find, so he runs and slides under the bed, pulling himself as close to the wall as he can. The boy watches and waits, unsure of what he should do. It's quiet. There's no more screaming of soldiers being killed or any more of those guttural animal-like squeals. Maybe it decided to go back to wherever it came from. The boy doesn't dare come out from under the bed, though. As he watches the door, waiting for something to burst through, he sees something else. Another of those black points appears in the middle of the room. It looks like it bends the light around it, distorting the room nearby. The boy watches from under the bed as out of the point, a thin black limb emerges. First one, then another. He can see its strange pointed legs with no feet standing just in front of the bed now. With a high-pitched cry, the creature effortlessly tosses the bed aside. The boy is left exposed, cowering against the wall. The creature screams, opening its wide mouth that seems to split its eyeless face in 2, revealing 2 rows of jagged teeth. The boy screams back, crying in fear, and sees that the creature isn't eyeless after all. Inside its grotesque mouth, A milky blue ball appears. There's no iris, but the boy knows whatever this thing is, it's looking at him. The boy feels his chest grow tight. He looks down to see that one of the black points is forming on his chest. He can feel himself being squeezed and crushed, pulled down into this singular point. All noises, including his screams, disappear as he is pulled into this soundless void. But then he hears something again. He looks up to see that the creature is being riddled with bullets. It turns to escape and bursts through the wall of the farmhouse. The dark orb on the boy vanishes, and he sees, standing in the doorway, his friend and savior. He clutches his bleeding throat with one hand, holding his rifle in the other. The boy rushes to him as he collapses to the floor. Blood is pouring out of his neck, and he can no longer speak. But he dies knowing he saved his young friend. The boy starts to feel very tired, and he sits down next to his dead hero. He's all alone now, his entire group of freedom fighters now wiped out by this demon. The boy feels nauseous and dizzy. He coughs into his hand and looks down to see that it's covered in his own blood. A group of boys run down a jungle path.
Okay, so we go from fighting monster to a group of boys go walking down this fucking what the fuck?
Okay. Very, odd.
Yeah. Very fucking odd.
Laughing and playing when they suddenly stop and grow quiet. There's something up ahead of them. It's a man lying on the side of the road. The boys look scared, unsure if they should check it out. But then the smallest of all of them emerges from the group and bravely marches up to the man. Not wanting to let the youngest of their friends make them look like cowards, the rest of the boys soon follow. The man on the side of the road is moaning and looks to be in pain. As they get closer, they can see that he must have been in a terrible accident. His skin is gray, and it looks like his long, thin arms only have 3 fingers. What should they do? The small boy picks up a stick and reaches out with it to poke the man, not wanting to touch him with his own hands. But before he can, the man rolls over, opening his mouth with a horrible shriek to reveal the glassy blue eye inside as the boys turn and run, hands over their ears. Several weeks later, the small Guatemalan town holds a meeting. The crowd of people in the room are angrily yelling at the mayor, who stands at a podium, demanding answers from him about what happened to their dead or missing loved ones. A series of photos are hung on the wall behind the mayor in remembrance of those who have disappeared into the forest or mysteriously died from a rapid illness, including the brave young boy. One man shouts at the mayor, wanting to know where his daughter was. Another asks how her healthy husband could drop dead from an illness after being perfectly healthy only days before. The mayor tries to calm the frustrated townspeople, telling them that he knows there have been rumors of a demon out in the forest, but that's all they are, rumors. The mayor warns them, though, that something is out there, though he doesn't know what. There is an animal or man that is making people sick. It may also be hunting people. Neither he nor the police know exactly what is going on. But there is good news. A group of men have come to help them. The mayor points towards a stern-looking man in a military uniform who is standing with a small group of other soldiers and a scientist off to the side of the stage. The mayor explains that this man, General Machoy, is from America, and that he's going to help them. The crowd doesn't cheer in the way that the mayor seems to have expected, but they at least stop their yelling as the general steps to the podium and thanks the mayor for the introduction. The general looks over the crowd who are waiting and hungry for answers about the monster that's suddenly begun plaguing their town. He tells them that it is true that he's been sent here by the US government in order to investigate what's been happening and stop whatever threat is out there in the jungle by any means necessary. He can't promise that he'll be able to bring back any of their missing loved ones, but he can at least prevent whatever this is from taking any more. He then gestures to the rest of his group and tells the crowd that the men he has brought with him have been specially trained to deal with this exact type of situation, and that they don't need to worry any longer. The only thing everyone needs to do is stay out of their way, and all will be taken care of.
Can I just say, the beginning of a horror film cliche. Am I wrong in saying that?
I don't know. I don't really watch horror films, to be honest.
Because it always starts like this. Just stay out of our way, we'll take care of it. Immediately fucking everybody's dying, dead, or disemboweled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know this thing. So I like how the solution is, yeah, don't worry, we got a guy from America to come help. It's fine, guys.
Yeah,
The
we
Americans are here to save us.
said no one ever in a third world country. I understand it's the Foundation, dude. It's just... it doesn't help. Alright.
With that, he walks off the stage as the crowd erupts into more shouting. General Machoy stops at the scientists waiting next to the...
Hold on 1 second, I gotta refill the frickin' thing again.
Flash grenades? Yeah, I don't know. God, are the Krieg engineers this bad? Because I'm impressed.
Sorry about that. I had to refill the resin again.
Welcome back.
Stage. Well, Dr. Ketter, what do you think? The scientist...
Motherfucker, it's Keter! Okay, so there's a running joke with the Foundation because we don't know how Keter or Keter is said. So the thing is, there's a doctor whose name was Dr. Keter or Dr. Keter. We don't know how it's pronounced. We only know that it's doctor. This doctor was the reason the Keter or Keter class was made. We don't know if how's it spelled or how's it sound, but yeah. It's just
Interesting.
It's just, I after hearing that, I had to fucking laugh. I'm sorry.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Adjusts his glasses and answers, "This is what we've been preparing for. The overseers kept telling us this day would come. It looks like it finally has." The group of soldiers led by General Machoy make their way through the dense forest. Dr. Ketter is just ahead of them, using a Geiger counter to follow the creature, the audible clicks of the radioactive entity telling him which way it came. They track the source of the radiation to a clearing in the jungle where a small village once stood. Most of the buildings are overgrown with plants and thick vines, but with it growing dark, this seems as safe a place as they will find to make their camp for the night. The soldiers fan out to search what's left of the town as Dr. Ketter continues looking around for where the radioactive trail might lead them next. As General Machoy is checking out one of the many dark old buildings, one of the older soldiers cries out, "Hey General, it looks like this generator still works." With the sound of an old diesel motor coming to life, lights in the village suddenly flicker on. They now have fortifications and light. Though he'd never admit it, General Machoy was feeling nervous about spending the night in the jungle. But now at least some of those nerves were being washed away by the old flickering yellow lights. Later that night, the general is questioning Dr. Ketter on where the creature went. Dr. Ketter is confused, though. His readings showed high traces of radiation leading into this village. The creature came here, he was sure of it, but now he can't figure out where it went. It's as if it came into the village and then simply vanished. Outside, one of the soldiers on watch tells the rest of the group who are sitting around a fire to shut up, that he thinks he saw something in the woods. Everyone immediately springs into action, taking defensive positions and aiming their rifles into the dark tree line. "There it is again," he says, as a flash of darkness moves just beyond the clearing. "No, it's over here," says another soldier on the opposite side. How could the creature be moving so fast around them? Are there multiple of whatever this is out there? The soldiers form a circle to make sure that the thing can't get behind them. What they can't see is the point of darkness forming behind all of their backs, and the thin, pointed legs stepping out of it. The general's radio comes to life. "I think we've got something out here, But his message is cut off by screams and the sound of gunfire. General Machoy tells Dr. Ketter to stay inside and runs out of the building, where he finally gets a glimpse of the demon that they've been tracking. The tall, thin creature is massacring his squad. It dashes between them at an inhuman speed, using its three-fingered hands to rip the limbs off of some soldiers and slash at others with its razor-sharp claws, opening up their necks or disemboweling them before moving on to the next. The general fires his rifle at the creature and misses, but it's enough to get it to retreat. General Machoy runs back inside the building where Dr. Ketter is waiting. "What was it? What did you see out there?" The general doesn't know how to begin describing the monster that just killed all of his men. It's like nothing he's ever seen before, and something that no amount of training could prepare him for. As the two men ponder what to do next, the Geiger counter on the table suddenly starts to click, softly at first, but then more and more, as if a huge amount of radiation has suddenly flooded the room. The general grabs the doctor and drags him out, leaping out of the building just before it collapses in on itself, disappearing into the micro-singularity that formed inside. The two men look up to see it standing right in front of them, its huge mouth open to reveal its glassy blue eye. "Look out!" Dr. Ketter cries, but he isn't talking about the demon as he and the general roll to the side, just avoiding the power line that has been cut loose by the destroyed building. The power line hits the ground and immediately begins to spark, sending out bright pulses of white electrical light. The creature cries out with a gut-wrenching scream and collapses to the ground, huddling up into a ball as it tries to cover up its mouth with its thin arms. "Is it the electricity?" the general asks, confused about what suddenly stopped the killer's rampage. But Dr. Ketter realizes it isn't the sparking power line that the creature has been immobilized by, it's the flashing lights. The general doesn't wait for his answer, though, and fires the weighted net from his gun, trapping the howling creature.
A fucking weighted net rocket launcher? What the fuck?
He just has this just on hand, like, oh, yep, I put my big rocket launcher net
Time to use the net gun rocket launcher. Of fucking course. Standard issue. Fuck's sake. I swear to God, sometimes this community makes me wonder what the fuck is wrong with people.
So its weakness is light, which is really funny.
Well,
I
understand.
Like, use a flash grenade.
I can see it. Yeah. Fuck. All right, continuing. Just this fucking clusterfuck.
Dr. Ketter examines the creature at the Field Research Center that has been set up several miles from the village. A strobe light has been affixed to the inside of the creature's cage, but even when the doctor turns the light off, the grayish-brown skinned entity still remains curled up in a ball on the floor. The doctor wonders if perhaps the creature is hungry, but it shows no interest in any of the various meats, fruits, and vegetables they've presented to it. The doctor stands in the doorway of the tent that has been set up to house the creature's cage and gives an update to General Machoy, who is anxious to get the creature moved to the United States and a more secure containment environment. Dr. Ketter stresses that he fears the journey might kill this creature, though, and put an end to the incredible research and testing they can perform on this amazing living specimen. The general turns to leave, but stops to salute the body of one of his soldiers being carried by on a stretcher. Dr. Ketter himself turns to go back to his research when he notices something. The creature's mouth is ever so slightly open. Dr. Ketter has yet another idea. That night, Dr. Ketter enters the temporary morgue and takes a severed arm from one of the dead soldiers. Back in the research tent, he presents the arm to the creature, sliding it through the cage bars. The creature doesn't react, but Dr. Ketter continues to watch and wait. After a time, the creature finally stirs. It's the first time he has seen it move since it was captured. The creature reaches out with its long three-fingered hand and grabs the arm before starting to feed on it. "You like that, don't you?" Dr. Ketter asks, and, bizarrely, the creature seems to respond, giving an almost baby-like coo. "There's lots more of that if you behave. All I want is to study you, learn how you work." The creature continues to feed, starting to crunch on the bones now that all the meat is gone.
Yeah, this doesn't always end in fucking tragedy. Like, this doesn't ultimately lead to an entire fucking country getting nuked.
Hey guys, we've just captured a creature. Looks at the video. Oh, there's still 3 minutes left. Uh-oh. I don't know what could happen.
I wonder what's gonna happen.
"Yes, I believe you'll be good," the doctor says as he approaches the cage. "You're going to make me world famous. Soon, everyone will know the name Herman Ketter." The creature's hand shoots out between the bars so quickly he never even saw it. Dr. Ketter starts to scream as it grasps and claws at him. A soldier standing guard outside runs in, but a black point of light immediately appears on his torso, causing him to fold in on himself into the singularity. The creature drops the bloody Dr. Ketter to the floor, who reaches for the emergency strobe light activation button as another singularity opens up inside of the cage. The creature appears to willfully step into it before emerging out of another just outside of the bars. More soldiers rush into the tent in time to see the creature feeding on the still living Dr. Ketter. One presses the button to activate the high-powered strobe lights, which cause the creature to start screaming and thrashing about, trying to escape the flashing lights. Multiple nets are fired onto the creature, pinning it to the ground as its screams slowly fade back to whimpers. On Overseer orders, the creature is moved to ADRX-19, a secure base located somewhere in North America. The site's director gives a presentation to a...
Wow! It's almost like we knew that this was gonna be a bad fucking time.
At least the guards are competent, because...
yeah, at least the guards are somewhat fucking competent.
It's kind of hilarious that the guards are more competent than the scientist, though. That's super funny. You're gonna make me world famous.
It's
it gets brutalized.
It's the prototype.
Group and explains that thanks to the work of the late Dr. Ketter, they now know that the creature exhibits signs of fear and sickness when in the presence of strobing lights, and that it is unable to produce the microsingularities that it uses for defense and teleportation when it is in this sickened state. When healthy, though, the creature is extremely dangerous thanks to its superhuman speed, strength, and cunning. It was also discovered that it is unable to teleport through lead, which its new containment cell has been lined with, and extreme security procedures have been implemented, including the installation of a reinforced steel blast door and constant patrols of the outside of the cell by armed guards who are equipped with high-powered strobe lights. The site director leaves the room and the overseers discuss the fate of the creature, which has been given the designation number 86243AR-001, though most have taken to calling it simply 001. One of the overseers argues that the creature must be secured and contained in order to protect humanity. Who knows how many more of these might be out there? They now know that the rumors of these types of entities aren't merely isolated events, and that there could be countless more of these anomalies, hundreds, maybe even thousands. The rest of the overseers unanimously agree. One of them picks up the report that was left behind by the site director. Redact this report immediately and start a new document archive. This is only the prototype. I have the feeling there will be many more of these. I hope you enjoyed this special...
Wow!
Interesting.
First off, Dr. Bob. Subscribe. I was not subscribed to Dr. Bob for some fucked up reason. Subscribe to that. Second, wow! It's almost like messing with a mock creature that doesn't wish to be contained and acting as if it was a fucking puppy is a bad idea.
I don't know why he would stand so close to the cell. That seems like a stupid idea.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot. That's why. Like, why?
Like I don't know. It's kind of I don't understand how people generally don't have survival instinct, because I feel like that's just common knowledge, but I feel like people would argue, oh, no, how do you know? They would just grab through the cage.
Yeah, because they're fucking idiots, I swear.
I don't know. It's an interesting story.
It's interesting, but at the same time, are you fucking dumb, mate?
Yeah, you're a bit special.
Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like and a subscribe. I'm gonna end this video, but if you want to keep watching some interesting content, go over to Conrad, because I'm pretty sure you're gonna be painting for a while, right?
Building.
Yeah, he's gonna be building mostly of the day, but interesting though. Go watch his stream. He's actually a really cool content creator. He's a VTuber just like me. He's trying to get back into it, which I'm glad to hear that. Eventually. He's currently just doing like Warhammer mini streams and stuff like that, like minis and morons, just without the morons. But yeah.
Don't worry, there's still one moron in it.
Oh,
So
whatever. Alright, but with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, remember, for the Emperor! So yeah.
Very, very nice. Wait, 3